Hey everyone, welcome to another edition of What Do You Need to Know to Live in Costa Rica. Today, we're going to explain how we help you figure out where to scout.
I'm Aaron Bailey, joined as always by my good friend and explorer of Costa Rica, Patrick Jager. Pura Vida, Patrick.
I am loving these monikers. I'm going to write that down. Explorer. Okay,
Explorer.
good.
You're like Lewis and Clark of
At
Costa
least you
Rica.
didn't call me
No,
Sacagawea.
no. Well, we
Just
better
saying.
we should change this topic before we get in trouble.
Yep.
Yes. So this video we're talking through the how we approach when people and families come to us and say, "I want to move to Costa Rica, but I don't know where." We have a very specific process that we take people through, and so we're gonna talk you through that process and show you kind of what you get out of that process.
Yep. But before that, Aaron, let's remind people, as always, our community grows and shares because you're part of it and because you engage. So if you like this video, please engage with it. Thumbs up, like, comment, share, all the things. We love hearing from you. We really, really enjoy having these conversations. This is another video that came directly out of someone saying, can you show us how you work? So that's what we're going to do.
All right, I'm
All right, so how does
excited.
that work? How do
This is
people connect
my
with us?
this is my favorite aspect of what we do. What how we help people figure out where in Costa Rica. People often see these videos, these YouTube videos that we post, and are like, "Hey, I want to move to Costa Rica, but I have no freaking clue where in Costa Rica." So they shoot us an email, hola@yourpuravida.com, or they go onto our website, yourpuravida.com, and there's a scheduling widget on almost every page, and you can just book a free 20-minute call with us anytime, really.
We have 3 today. We have 4 tomorrow.
Yeah, exactly. We're busy meeting really amazing people who
Amazing
live
people.
around the world. And so, yeah, we start with that call. And on that call, we kind of hear who you are, what motivates you to move to Costa Rica. Have you been here before? Where are you coming from? Do you have a family? Is it you, a spouse? Talking through a lot of your questions about Costa Rica. And then, Patrick, we send you out a 124-point survey. Talk us
That's
through
right.
that survey.
So the survey, we created a survey that is a little bit algorithmic. And the point of the survey is to learn a little bit more about you. We've talked about a lot of it on the call, but also to start looking for the discrepancies between what you're saying. We ask the same question more than one way, and more times than not, the answer is different, and it's the same question. So it allows us to start ranking what is we think are the most important things that you need to think about. We literally go through this survey line by line because we love nothing more than to truly get to understand what's making someone want to do this, what their concerns are, what their deal breakers are, how they spend their life, how they shop. These are all the things we ask because it's really important for that we're not just trying to sell you product off the shelf. This is about us helping you create your slice of this incredible country. So we do that. And then, Aaron, what do we do from there?
Yeah, in that survey, Patrick, we see a lot of tension. We see a lot of inconsistencies. Like, you don't like heat but want to live on the beach. And so you and I go through all of those answers, and we wrestle with where really is the best region in Costa Rica that you should consider starting your search. And
Yep.
so we pour over those answers, and we put together a really beautiful report and send it off to you entirely free.
Show and tell. I'm
Look
not going
at
to do the whole
that.
thing, but we create a report that literally is going to help you. Like, this is the one for the Central Valley. And yes, there's some template, but every single page gets changed based off of what you need, what your issues are, etc. So it is all done so that you can walk away and go, that's surprising to me, or wow, that's exactly what I was hoping to see. Both of those answers are the right answer. If it's this is exactly what I wanted to see, then often those are the people that are like, great, how do we get started?
Yeah.
When people say, this isn't at all what I was expecting, when we talked, I thought you were going to have us at the very furthest tip of Nicoya Peninsula. Well, yes, except you said that the two things that are most important to you is proximity to the school you want your child to go to and proximity to healthcare. And at the tip of Nicoya, you're not going to probably get either of those things in the same breadth as you would get it in the Central Valley, for example.
Right.
So we try to use this report as a way to springboard a conversation about, look, here are the inconsistencies we saw. Here's where we're seeing some tensions. We see three types of people come out of that. We see the people that say, you know what, I read your report. I don't think Costa Rica is for me, which is a great
Mm-hmm.
answer because
Yep.
you need to know this is the right place. The
Yep.
second type of person we get is the person that's like, well, I think now we'll do it on our own
Mm-hmm.
because you gave us enough information and that's kind of what it's for. It's free. Or the people that say, oh my gosh, thank you for helping us figure this out. How do we work together? And it's really exciting. I will tell you, there's a couple things that you need to know on how we prioritize this. Until we really get to know you and until you really get to know the country, there are certain red flags that if you say these things, we have a belief in where you're going to end up. Healthcare, and if you have some type of healthcare condition, you say, I need to be within a certain X of this certain type of doctor. If we know that that doctor doesn't exist or isn't as available in terms of choice, where you're thinking, we might steer you away from that area to at least to go look at somewhere else. And the other big one is kids. The
Yep.
vast majority of private schools in particular are in or around the Central Valley. It might be on the outskirts of the Central Valley, going down to Jaco, but they do exist obviously everywhere. But until you have met with our education specialist and you've really kind of narrowed your search, that would be another reason we might recommend. Or you might say, the third one is, I want to be by an international airport. Okay, well, we're either going to recommend the Central Valley or Guanacaste because those are the two international airports. So we really try to think through to create that. And then Aaron, what do they do once they get the report?
You get the report. At the end of that report, there is a list of our paid services. So most likely, if you are not sure where to move to in Costa Rica, you'll want our scouting services. Our scouting service, you just let us know when you want to come to Costa Rica, where you want to visit. We'll have a conversation about generally how long you want to be here and where you want to visit. We'll send you a link to pay. And once you pay, we'll have a kickoff call and the fun work really begins. We'll figure out when you're coming, how long you're here for. Are you going to rent a car? What are you looking for? Are you interested in pickleball? That was the one we had the other day. Pickleball. Yeah. Help us to find the pickleball communities around Costa Rica. And so Patrick and I will put our brains together. We also have Benjamin on the team. We've got intel on dozens of places in this country, and we grab that intel and we make it accessible to you, but then also we customize it to say, where are the pickleball places? You're the only person who's ever asked for pickleball, so we're going to go do that research for you. We'll show you the farmers markets and the supermarkets that you are going to shop in. We'll show you nearby attractions and restaurants that we would recommend. These are almost entirely all places that Patrick and I have been to personally, or someone on the team has been to personally, because we've covered this country inch by inch, centimeter by centimeter. And we know so many of these places. And so we build you a really comprehensive scouting report on places that you should see. And then it's up to you to say, let's go explore. Today, I might want to go to that town and check this out. Tomorrow, I might want to go somewhere here. So it's really up to you to make this your own adventure.
And I think the important thing there is your own adventure. We are not a business that believes in we're going to give you an answer for a couple reasons. Number one, a lot of times that answer that someone gives you is because they have a deal with that company and they get a kickback on that. We don't do that. You're our client, not the real estate company or the tour guide. Like, we don't do that. We could make a lot more money if we did, but we don't, because our job is to help people realize their slice of this country. And so we want to give you kind of unbiased information, unbiased as we can be. And the other reason is because who I might like, you might not. The personality might clash. the language barrier might be a challenge. So we like to give options. And we do that also because we really believe in the adage, you give a man a fish, you teach a man to fish. So we want you to take the initiative to call that person or to go into those stores or to decide what you want to do today. If you're going to live here, you're going to have to figure that out. So that's our job, is to help you figure that out. And at the end of the day, that's the entire gist of our scouting service. Is our job is to help you figure out if this is the right country, and if so, where, and then hopefully help you relocate when you get to that step. That'll be a different video.
Different video. And throughout that entire process, before, during, while you're here in Costa Rica, and then a post trip debrief, we're available via email and in a scheduled Zoom call. So you can be like, oh my goodness, this didn't make sense, or what do I do about this? We're here to walk you through it. We don't just hand you a report and say, have a good trip. No. Right. We're here. We want you to see the country and to really enjoy it here and to figure out what the next step is for you. And we're here to support you in that.
If you happen to be somewhere that we are also, if you're in San Jose and Aaron's there,
sure,
or you're in Atenas and I'm here, or we're wherever, and we happen to be near you, we'd love to have a cup of coffee and hear how it's going. Are you enjoying yourself? Are you seeing what you want to see, or do you need to pivot? We've also had that where people have been on a scouting trip and they had a really awful Airbnb experience, or didn't like their neighborhood, or was too loud, or whatever. And we've helped them change that.
Yep.
That's full service.
Yes.
I hope
absolutely.
This helps. I hope you got something out of this on like how we come up with our scouting. It's all about helping you find what works for you. We try to keep our bias out of that, but we also do have a lot of good intel. We have really tried to make an effort to not ever do anything superficially, but truly try to go several layers down, so that we can help you think through the things that will allow you to actually succeed here. And if you can, we'd love to have you as our neighbors.
Absolutely. And you can start that process of potentially becoming our neighbors by sending us an email, hola@yourpuravida.com. Again, you can go to our website, yourpuravida.com/links to a whole bunch of our resources, but also a link to schedule a call with us. Again, that call is entirely free. We love meeting new people, love seeing different faces from around the world, and we would love to work with you and send you a free report.
It's beautiful, just saying.
It really is beautiful. We spent a lot of time on it.
Well, I hope this helped. And if you, again, we'll hear from you. But until next time, as always, Aaron, Pura Vida.
Pura Vida.